Good morning, it's Wednesday, it's 11:30 and it's not sunny. Okay, so today we're gonna do our stretches and we're gonna do our mainly a workout for lower back, our glutes and our legs. A little bit more specific in the design. So we're gonna do a bit of a focus on that. Okay, make sure you've got your water and make sure you have a weight ready and specific. There we go. Okay, so how's everyone feeling? Are we all feeling really good? I have to say, I've been really cheeky. I had my eyebrows shaped and tinted yesterday. Fortunately for me, I have Carolina who works in the clinic, and I was just like, dude, you got to do it. You got to do something with these. so I got those done yesterday. I feel like a human being again, you know, when you've got eyebrows, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, hope everyone's feeling really well. And don't forget, if you are not particularly well, just take it steady or don't do it at all. We don't want you to push yourself. Make sure that you're hydrated. If you feel at any point that you are struggling, just take a rest. Okay, this is just to do as much as you can, not to force yourself to try and do everything if you're struggling. And we're all pretty, you know, getting to a point where it's a little bit difficult to get motivated. You know, it's difficult to have that same element to the fitness. You know, we can't do exactly what we were doing before. Okay, so hopefully we can get back to doing some gym work soon, because it would be good. I need to flip some tires, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so make sure you've got some space. Doesn't need to be a massive amount. I'm a little bit chilly, so I'm going to keep my top on till I warm up. Okay, so if you just make sure you've got some space, make sure you've got all of your weights and your water all ready. I'm going to go fill mine up, so just make sure you get all of that. I'll be 2 seconds. Okie dokie, sorry about that, I'm back. Right, so let's get on with our stretches and make sure that your feet are parallel, okay? I just noticed my phone's like really weird on an angle. I'll have to stand like that to make it straight. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, knees are off lock, feet are parallel. Good. I'm going to stretch through the shoulder and the tricep muscle here. You might feel it in your middle of your upper back as well. Perfectly normal. Remember, this arm is the one that's relaxed. This arm's doing the work. Okay, good. Swap arms. Lovely. Yeah, good. Now, I've been struggling a little bit with my upper back this last week. Desperately, I think I said the other week I needed to have a massage. I think I need to get some manipulation done. Good. Okay. So move on to our tricep muscle. This one again is the one that's relaxed. Use the other arm. Stretch that down the back of your upper back as far as you can. Take it nice and steady. And swap arms. Good. And relax. Lovely. Now to biceps. Keep your shoulders down, nice and relaxed. Make sure your hands are facing backwards. Pinch those shoulder blades together between at your back. Pinch them together. Okay, make sure you're keeping your heels nice and tight. Those knees are bent. Make sure your feet are parallel and relaxed. Shake your arms out. Okay, so now we're going to go to the neck.
Okay, drop your chin down to your chest. Make sure that you get that as far as you can towards your chest. Pop your hands on the back of your head. And then pop your elbows together in front of your face. Really stretch out the whole of that area. Okay, come back up again, nice and steady. Let your ear drop to one side, down to your shoulder. Good. Use the other hand just to help the stretch a little bit further. Good. And back up again, and the other way. That's good. Nice stretch. Down the neck and down through the shoulder blade. Good. And back up again. Lovely. Okay. So we're going to do our spine roll. Make sure you bend your knees a little bit more. Tuck the pelvis underneath. Make sure your tailbone is curled under. Pop your hands together in front. Roll down. Just let your arms hang. Feel the stretch in the lower back. Good. Come back up again nice and steady. Okay. We're going to slide our arm down to one side. Pop the opposite hip out if you need to. Good. See how far you can go. Don't push this. And back up again. And slide down. Good. And back up. Lovely. So rotation. Upper body trunk. Keep that pelvis facing forwards. Make sure it doesn't twist. Okay. We don't want the knee to be put under any stress. Keep that pelvis facing forward and rotate through the trunk. Get to the end. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. And come back to the middle. Lovely. Okay. And the other way. Good. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out and come back to the middle. Brilliant. Okay. And now from here, just bend from the waist. Reach down to touch the floor. Touch your toes if you can. Feel the stretch down through the hamstring. I've been doing a lot of cycling recently. That shortens your hamstrings, so this is a great stretch if you've been out on your bike a lot. Need to make sure you stretch the hamstrings if you're doing a bike because your hamstrings never reach full extension. Okay, so what we're going to do next is feet together. Take a step forward. Keep the back foot flat, planted on the floor. And then just bend that front knee. Good. Okay. Feel the stretch through that hip flexor. Make sure that you keep your upper body nice and upright. Keep those heels nice and tight. Swap legs. Keep that back foot planted on the floor. Feel this hip flexor stretch. Lean and bend with that front knee. Good. Keep the heels nice and tight. Lovely. Okay. Good. Now, stretch the inner thigh. I'm going to just keep the feet nice and wide. Actually, you can't see my feet here. But you know what we're doing. I'll change the angle of the camera. So bend one leg. So you're stretching the inner thigh. Good. And the other way. Good. Might feel that a little bit in your hip flexor as well. Make sure you can feel the inner thigh stretch. Maybe your calf muscle in the bending knee as well. Good, lovely, lovely. Hello, Nikki. How are you doing, my lovely? Hello, Rebecca. And Jean, hello as well. Okay, so we're going to do squats and deadlifts. And then we're going to mix it up a little bit. So like I said, this is focusing on legs, glutes today. Glutes are important for strength, getting in and out of a chair. Also help to support your lower back as well, okay? So we're going to do some squats. Now we're going to do normal squats. If you want to do this sitting onto something, you can. You sit down onto a chair or a bed. It'll just give you an idea of how far you're going and if you're hitting the depth that you should be. If you want to have a weight, you can do. And we're going to do our squats and then we're going to do deadlifts. Okay, so we're going to do 30. So I'm going to utilise this so you can see what I'm doing. Make sure your bum goes backwards to sit down. Okay, so we're not doing this. Squeeze your bum when you come up to the top. Ten to go. Good. Okay, lovely. Do you remember the deadlift now? Make sure your feet are parallel. One's not in front of the other. And this is a straight leg deadlift. So we take a little bend in the knee. Come down to the floor. Okay? Don't worry if you can't get all the way. What you want to do is feel it hit your hamstring primarily. As you drive up, pinch those glutes together at the top. Make sure you give them a good squeeze. Buns of steel. Okay? So we're going to do 30. Make sure you keep your core in, nice and tight, protect your back. Good, 10 to go. Good, last one. Good, lovely. There's your 30. Get some water. Just gonna take this jacket off. Good. Okay. Pull those the old trousers up as well. Okay, so alright, what we're going to do now is going to do our squats, wide leg, toes forward, toes out, toes forward. Okay, can you see that okay? Okay, that's better. So, wide leg, here, toes forward, toes out, toes forward, toes out. Make sure, what tends to happen to me is that my feet get wider and wider and wider. So if you need to adjust and bring it back, that's fine. Make sure you do that, okay? So what we need to do is toe forward, toes out is 1, and we're going to do 30, okay? So squat down, 10 toes out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs a bit of a shake. Okay. Okay, so we're going to switch to all fours. Okay. We're going to do something called a donkey kickback. Make sure your feet are, your knees are hip width under your hips, hands nice and stable. Okay? Make sure you're keeping your back flat, make sure you keep your core in, and we're going to lift one leg like that. Squeezing your glutes at the top. Okay, so 30 one leg, 30 the other leg. And it's up to you if you do all 30 one side and then swap legs, or you do alternates. Doesn't make a difference. You get more fatigue if you use one side for all 30. Keep your core tight to protect your back. Halfway. Good. Well done. Okay. Now we're going to do something called a fire hydrant, which is like a dog going to the toilet next to a fire hydrant. Very aptly named. But what you do is you bring your leg out to the side. Okay? Keep the knee bent. Take the hip straight out to the side. Not a muscle group that we use very often, so you might find that it tires quite quickly. If you can't manage 30, don't worry about it, okay? Just do as many as you can. Swap legs. Good. Okay. Perfect. Whew. Steady when you stand up. Give it a head rush. Okay. Grab some water. Okay. Groovy. Hello Joanne, hello Sue, hello Ali. Okay, we're doing glutes, we're getting bums, so if you just joining us, it's bum-tastic. Okay, so what we're going to do now is our crab squats. Okay, now if you can't remember, I can't get this camera around today. Okay, so you either can't see my head or you can't see my feet. Okay, so crab squats, okay. We've done these before, but if you can't remember what they are, we go side to side like a crab. Okay, so starting over here, stay low. Okay, so that's 2. So we go 1, 2, so 1, 2 is 1. Okay, that makes no sense, Emma, whatsoever. Okay, so 1 rep is this. Okay, 1. 2. Okay. Sorry, that made no sense whatsoever. Okay. So there you go. Those are how to count your reps. And we're going to do 30. Okay, try and keep low. If you hear the lower you keep, the more you're working on the glutes and the quads. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, that looked really weird from my perspective, so I hope you weren't actually watching what I was doing and concentrating on your own plan. Okay, next up is our single leg squats, and we know how to do these. Get yourself onto something, balance. Now, don't forget that your front leg needs to be far enough away so that when you squat down, your toe doesn't go over your foot, okay? So you don't want your toes, you need to go over your toes, okay? So make sure you adjust yourself accordingly, okay? Bit of a stretch here for me. So it's a little bit high. Okay, we're going to do 15 and then we're going to switch legs. Good. Switch legs. Remember, you'll have one leg that's better than the other in terms of your balance and stability. That's totally normal. Okay. Okay, good. Swap legs again. So this is your 15. Good. Swap legs, last 15. Oh, good. Oh, it feels burn, it feels burn. Okay, so next on the agenda is a reverse squat, okay, reverse lunge. So with a reverse lunge, nobody likes these, nobody at all, don't worry, so you're not on your own. Okay, reverse lunges are more difficult because we lack the visual, it's the proprioception that becomes more tricky. Make sure you have enough space behind you, okay? Don't try and do this in too small of a space. If you're unsure or you're uncertain, make sure you have something to hand so you can steady yourself in case you want to just get some reassurance. Okay, so it's exactly the same as when we do a front lunge. With the reverse lunge, we take the step back. It's very difficult in slow motion. Take a step back, drop down, and come back up again. Step to the middle. Okay. Okay. So nice and simple, nice and steady. We're going to do 15, 15, 15, 15. Okay, just to stop us getting too fatigued. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So be very careful. Excuse me, be confident. You can do this. Check your area for animals, small children, and obstacles. Okay, let's do this. Good, swap legs. Good. Swap legs. Good. Swap legs. $15. Good. Okay. Getting a bit warm. Good. Okay, so get onto your settee or something like that. We're going to do hip thrusters. Now a hip thruster, move off so that you're leaning with your back onto the settee. Keep your core nice and tight and do it says on the chin. Driving up. Okay, so I'll let you get into position. If you want to put a weight on, you can. The more your back is on the settee, the easier it is. Okay, the further away, the more difficult. Remember to keep your core nice and tight. This is core, glutes and hamstrings and a little bit of quads as well. Okay, so we're going to do 30. Good, 30. Okay, steady when you get up. We're going to do shoulder taps next. So we're going to get into a plank position. Make sure you're nice and stable. Okay, now if you can't remember what a shoulder tap is, straight arm plank position. And we're going to tap. Okay, so I'll let you get into position. 30, good. Drop to the floor, stretch your back. Get your breath back, get some water. Okay, so 2 more to do. This next one is a step back and a high knee. Okay, so it's not a full reverse lunge, just a step back, drop your knees into a high knee. Okay, and we're going to do alternate legs. We're going to do 30 on each leg. Okay, 1, 2. Halfway. Feel like a shaggy dog. Okay, last one. Elevated mountain climbers. Okay. Into the straight arm plank position. Going to bring your knee towards your shoulder. Going to do 30. Swap legs and do another 30. Okay? Okay, and go. Swap legs. Good, 30. Oh, this one is actually just dripped off my nose. Okay, Craziness. Don't worry, Ali. Don't worry, Chantal, don't worry about it. Do it whenever you like. Okay, so the only things we haven't done today are the V-sits that I wanted to do and also the clock squats, okay? It's a long while since we've done, and walkouts. It's a long while since we've done this kind of exercise with these intensities to legs, so we're not going to do any more than that today. We're just going to bring our heart rates down, start to cool down, just do our stretches. It's a good 40, 50 minutes of training anyway, so we'll leave those for another day. I don't want to overdo it, okay? Good. So let's get stretched off. Into the tricep stretch. Other arm. And relax. Let's do our biceps. Keep those shoulders down. Push back with the palms facing backwards. And relax. Lovely. Okay, chin to chest. Hands on the back of the head. Bring those elbows together. Lovely. Come back up. Head to the side. Just assist the stretch with the hand on the head there. Good. Back up to the middle. Drop to the other side. Good. And back up. Good. Okay. Let's do our spine roll. So knees bent, bum tucked under, roll down. And come back up again. Lovely. Okay, stretch down to the side. Back up. And the other way. Good. Bend down from the waist, down to the floor. Give your hamstrings a good stretch. Back up again. Rotate round to the side. Back to the middle and the other way. And back to the middle. Good. Okay. So, spread the legs a little wider. Bend one knee. Switch legs. Keep your body upright and your heels tucked in. Okay. Feet back together. Take a step forward. Keep that back foot planted on the floor and bend that front knee forward. Keep your shoulders down, body upright. Make sure you keep your heels nice and tight. Good. Feet together, switch legs. Good, lovely. Okay, well done, great work. We'll see you on Saturday, 11:30.